bum, bum. Hello? There we go. Doing good. Just let me edit some things real quick, and then I'll get to go. Okay, let me. As you can see, I do now have a starting screen, which is cool. Made it this morning, and that'll give me a good opportunity to get my stuff open. Bum, 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 bum. Get my music going. Sorry for taking a while. It's starting up now. No problem. And we'll move you. Just loading in. Okay, alright. Get this switched over. There we go. Now that we're all switched over, let's get to doing what we were doing yesterday. Now, yesterday, what we were doing was making some of what's it called? Can you hear the music? There it goes. Sorry about that. Now the music's for people. Okay, yesterday when we were doing that over there, which is we're just gonna build a big refill, and then we already got the windmill in place, which I mean, not the best, but it'll work eventually. And I got some glowstone down with some composters. I'm gonna remove some of the composters because I don't have any composters I want over there. But we still have 23 left. 22 technically, yeah. It's glowstone. So we still have some things to get. And that's what we're gonna do for the stream. Let's try and see if we can finish like that. And then even get started on the wall. That's gonna cover that. So we have basically everything planned out. So we should just have to plan. That'll be good. Don't have a station rating, but I'm not too worried about that. Right now, at least. It's just everything. I'm trying not to but you know, if it happens, it happens. That's a word. I don't know what the word is. Okay, alright. Not saying much. Very much coming up. Skip that one. Sick of this one, that. this part I'm not doing something a little more interesting. This is basically busy work in the grand scheme of some things. Try and power through and see if I can finish at least up till the water source is in place, but I just do not do it. Let's find something else to do. Bet you there's something. That one right over there. I don't want it to look too much similar to that. Which is the bad part. Unfortunate, but I'm just not sure. Still over there. Finish that project. Daisy. Hey, Daisy dolls. What are you doing? Right now, I was working on over here. I was just getting a little aerial view of I was working on building a giant field around my castle. Giant wheat field around my castle. You can kind of see it over there. Can you hear me all right? There's my little town I built, a little wizard tower, and a castle with a windmill. And I was about to go get back down there and continue finishing it up. I was gonna bring it all the way out up through here. Is this your first time ever watching this stream, or have you seen any of my other ones? My other 3 on the list. First time watching? I can explain a little bit about this world if you'd like to. This is an SMP between about 4 of my friends. It's about 2 years old now. Oh, thank you so much. It's about 2 years old now. With a couple of rules, the 3rd SMP me and my friends have had. This is the first Java one, at least, though. It's the first Java one, and we have a couple of rules on our server right now of no end, no using the nether for traveling, and no using the nether for traveling. And that's really the gist of it. And what we do. And if you want to, would you like me to continue building? Or I could give you a little bit of a world tour if you'd like. I can go around and show you everything. Okay, we can start off here with my business. With one of the first things that were built in the server. This is what we call Beta Town. The whole idea of this world was we wanted to try and not worry so much about making our builds look cool, and actually just wanted to just build what we want to build. With the first build being this one, was built over on 4.12.24. A cool thing about our world is that every single build that we do, we always date them all, so we can go back and see when all these were built. This was the first build, and then this was the little hard turn. Is the music too loud? I can turn it down if you'd like. Is that any better? Okay, that's perfect then. Okay, sorry about that. Had a little issue. This is the farmer's cottage. One of the second builds on the server. You can see it's a very classic style build. Here's our little farm. And you can see the villagers trample it all. Unfortunately, they trample it all, but what can you do? And then over here is the rest of Beta Town. You can see it's all paved and stuff. Here's some houses. Here's the well. Thank you so much. This one was all built by me. This one's all my doing. Everything is except one build in here. Here's the little barn. And the villager types that live here, it'll be your shepherds and your farmers that'll live here. And then there's a little blacksmith. And here's a little bitty castle. And just a small little castle and a little Fletcher's shop. And a little dance hall in here. And then everything has dates on them. This is a little museum with some old armor sets that I used to wear. And some tools. The dance hall, I'm glad you enjoy it. I'm pretty sure there should be a couple of music discs in the dance hall. There should be, at least. I see that we have a couple of music discs in here right now. Here's a little bit of the Keep Inn. A little bit of an inn in here. A little mason shop. I can sleep real quick, and then we can head over to Castle Griffinsteed. This is Castle Griffinsteed. This is the castle I built. This castle actually took quite a little while to finish because I built the first half of it pretty fast, and then the second half it took me like a year to build the actual, like, the keep part, not just the wall. So as you can see, it was started on 4/21/24. The town, you really like the town? That's good. I really enjoy that. That people enjoy. And then you can see the Castle Griffinsteed wasn't finished until 25. It was started in 24 and it wasn't finished until 25. You can see the little castle grounds. There's some little statues up here. A little graveyard. And the Queen's Garden. This is where I get most of my trees at. Anytime I need to go chop down trees, I chop them down here. And you can see where currently I am living. Currently I'm living inside the castle. Here's the main little entrance. Oh, and something cool about this gate is this gate actually does work. The horse will get out of the way, I can show you. See that? Gate goes down. Gate comes up. Thank you so much. Here's the main hall. And a little catwalk up here. Thank you so much for the comment about the gate. The gate was actually really cool. I built the gate. I built the gate like 3 months before I built the castle, and I kind of just built the castle around the gate. And then it goes all the way up here. This is kind of unfinished up here. This is like my main storage area right now, and my like building area. And then up here was supposed to be a bedroom, but I haven't gotten inspiration yet, because that's my main issue right now. I'm just lacking inspiration for building up here. And then I can show you what that little fountain was in the floor. So we can jump off and go into the fountain. Into the Faith Fountain. And then we can show you some of the rail network that we have constructed, because in my personal opinion, the rail network is the coolest part of our realm. You can see the little gates close as you walk by, and it goes into a little underground blast tunnel. And this is the first station that was built, and this is a station I built. Let me go back. I forgot a part. Let me go show you the wizard tower before I move on to spawn. Showing you spawn. There's a little tunnel, and this goes to my quarry. This is where I get most of my stone at. Let's see, it goes pretty deep. Thanks so much for the rail system. That's one of my favorite things. That's one of the main reasons I started this world, is because I wanted a world with a big rail line in it. And that's what we got. This is the quartz storehouse. This is where I keep some of the stone. Nothing's in it right now because I just pillaged it all to build some recent projects. And here's the wizard tower over here. The Wizard Tower 4/6/2025. This was, as you can see, this is right when the Pale Oak Forest came out. I got the little Pale Oak guy right here. And I'll show you the very bottom of it first, the mob spawner. Because inside of here, there is a double mob spawner. A double mob grinder. And this was built 5/5/24, the Wizard Research Lab. And it's technically incomplete because all the glass isn't in place, but this is the zombie spawner. Thank you so much for that. I really liked how the Wizard Tower came out. Honestly, the Wizard Tower is one of my more favorite builds. Here's a little geode. And then here's the skeleton spawner. And then we'll head back up. And I'll show you, and I'll go up the Wizard Tower. This is the first floor. And then the second floor, the alchemy lab. There was some alchemy village. There's some villagers in here that were alchemists, but I think they ended up dying of fall damage. I don't think they could pathfind very well on this. And then here is the apprentices, the retainers dormitory. That's what it's called. And you can see I took some heavy inspiration from Harry Potter and stuff when I was making the Wizard Tower, with like the room full of the paintings and the floating candles and such. And then here is the start of the big thing, but we can show you one of the little side towers first of all. This is the tower kitchen. And the tower kitchen actually gets a pretty good view of the world, of the village and the castle, but we've got to get a better view. And you can see over there, Moog City. We'll get to there eventually. Thank you so much. We put a lot of work into this world. It's been almost 2 years. It'll be, I think, 2 years, and it'll be 2 years pretty soon, I'm pretty sure. And here is the wizard's bedroom. The wizard's dorm with his bed, and you can see a pretty good view of the quarry and a really good view of Moog City. And then let's go all the way up to the very top so that we can see the wizard's main research lab, the warlock's lab. Here is an old map of Beta Town and the castle. You can see this was before the castle got its top. The city in the distance is called Moog City, M-O-O-G-C-I-T-Y, Moog City. And that one was not built by me, but that one was built by a close friend of mine. Here is where I keep my enchanting setup, a little telescope, and a little throne so you can go out and see over the stuff. And as you can see, a little floating island in the background. And we'll get to that floating island. And let's head back down. Okay, now we're back down, and let's head over to spawn. Holding my next stream, since it is summer for me right now, I am hoping to at least be streaming every day. I would assume I probably won't be live. I'm trying to aim for somewhere between 3 and 5 o'clock is when I'll be starting it. Between 3 and 5 o'clock. And then next stream, we will definitely be working some more over there on that farm, on the big farm. That's when I'll be watching out for it around 3 o'clock or 5 o'clock, sometime around there. And then, oh wait, my bad. I actually skipped right over spawn. Almost skipped the best part. This is one of the. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that you're gonna try and catch the next one. Let's get back up this elevator. To the Spawn Ruins is what we call it. Spawn Ruins, or I think some people call it Alpha Town as well. Here is the main little elevator room, and a lot of Alpha Town is really unfinished so far. It's because with Spawn, what I wanted to try and do, and you'll see this pretty soon when I actually show you the one build at Spawn right now, is I want Spawn to be kind of like an area where like big projects that involve the whole server are. Here is some graves. This one is my grave, and this one is my friend Wisemat's grave. We decided to, as you can see, it's Bedrock Wise and Bedrock Halo, because that's my username. I really like that you love the runes. I can show you some more of the runes real quick. You can kind of see the runes were mostly built up by my friend Wisemat. And but to get back to the Bedrock thing, sorry, I have ADHD. To get back to the Bedrock thing is we played on Bedrock for a long time, but we switched over to Java, so we thought it'd be fun to make some graystones to our Bedrock selves. Here's a little, I don't know what this one was. I don't know what this was supposed to be. Maybe some kind of guillotine or something. I didn't build it. Here is the Bambooinator, and also sugarcane, because I converted a lot of it to sugarcane because I need a lot of paper for this project that you're about to see right now. It's inside the Bambooinator, so you can kind of see these rows and rows of sugarcane. And there's a little notice board. That's just things that I'll be planning on building. This is the first cartographer's workshop. And this is really, really cool. This took a long time to finish, but this is a ginormous map of the entire world. I really like that you like the Bambooinator name. It was really fun. Here is Beta Town with a map of the current Castle Griffinsteed and the Wizard Tower and the Quarry. Here is Spawn Ruins, where we are currently. This right here is, I don't remember what this one. Yeah, it's a huge map here. I don't remember how big it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. It's 17 by like 21, I think. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. No, sorry, 17 by 20. And this is all just level 1 maps. These aren't like zoomed out maps at all. No, this is all level 1 maps. I think it was a little bit over like 400 something maps, I think, something like that. I don't know, my math may be wrong. But this right here is, I think, Briarshore is the name. This was something I built as well. You can kind of see. One part I really love about the Briarshore is the little boat. The boat, I think, that's really cool. And then over here is Arcanes. This was something that's built by someone who no longer plays anymore. This is, what is it called? This is the, Temple of the Nether. And, because one thing about this world is there's no nether transport, but we can still build in the nether if we'd like. We just can't use it for transportation. So one way we get around that is by only having one portal. This is the one portal on the entire server. No one else is allowed to build anymore. And then this is all of Moog City. Moog City is ginormous. I didn't have any. This is all built by one person. It was built by my good friend Wizmat. And you're about to see of it. This is Moog Labs. If you've ever watched a guy by the name of, I think his name's Dallas, he plays Minecraft and he has a giant laboratory, and we got a good inspiration from him on building this. Here is another one of my friends where he's building. This is going to be a giant Dracula's kind of like style village. You can kind of see with the pale oak trees, and there's going to be a giant Dracula's castle. Some of it's already built, but I guess he hasn't updated the map yet. So I can't see. This is where one of my friends also built. This is Itron. This is where we used to get all of our iron back in the Bedrock days, but it doesn't work anymore. This is Uncle Willie's ranch over here. His ranch. You go over here. This is like starting over land, or I don't remember what he called it in particular. This is the floating island. This is like a little prison that we built. And then all the way up here is where we get all of our sand. You can see, and then over here is where we get all of it. But this is like a little village I was starting to build, but I stopped because I burnt myself out building it. And then that's basically every build, and then we'll go through and start showing you some of them. We can start at the Temple of the Nether, because that is one of the more recent builds that I have made. Thank you so much. Elevated station. And we will go down, and we will take a left up here at the village station. This is the Temple of the Nether. And if you'd like to, you can see. Because in this way, it's an old kind of abandoned ruined temple. I wanted it to match the style up there of the Spawn Ruins, because maybe the idea is maybe like the same ancient civilization that built this over here. And we can actually see where the portal is located. There it is. There's the portal. Isn't it cool? Gonna see all hidden lighting over here. This portal actually goes into a bastion, which was actually unintentional. I did not know that it was gonna lead me straight into a bastion, but it's pretty good because it helps with some plans I had. And then now we can go see Briar Shore real quick, and then we'll get to the city after that. Yeah, that was one of the big things I tried to do with that one, is really make it look decrepit, make it look like it's not been touched in a while. This is Briar Shore. This is where the eventually the fishermen will be in Briar Shore eventually. Kind of see. I'm sorry, I'm skipping through some of these houses. It's just we can't go inside some of them because there's villagers in them, and I don't want to let the villagers out. But I can show you a couple of them. You can kind of see most of the interiors are something like this. Like this is like an alchemist or a botanist or whatever his house. Yeah, the botanist's abode. Over here is the temple. I think it's a Vareth. I'm pretty sure. Temple Road. No, this is the Temple of Vareth. I'm fairly sure. No, Zephyros. And the I think it looks really cool. And if you don't know, Zephyros is a completely made up thing because I wanted to generate some lore for this place, but I'm not very creative. So I used ChatGPT and generated some lore for it. And they're in books somewhere around here. Here is the Senate. Looks like an Enderman's been around here. Here's the Senate. There's a little boat. A little boatyard. All these buildings have purposes, kind of. Like there's the post office. We go down here, we'll see the docks. Here's just the zombie sloop. And then we'll see I think it's a senator's boat. Reserved for well-known ships. Oh yeah. Here's the ship, the senator's yacht. Get you another little good view of Briar Shore. There's another little good view of Briar Shore right there. And this is as far as I've gotten to, is up here. After this I haven't gotten any farther. Where you see the little dirt pillars are where more houses and things will go. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I get caught up in other projects. Because on this world, everyone kind of just flip-flops everywhere. We'll work on one thing for a little bit, and then we'll swap over to another, and another, and just how it goes. You really like the docks? I'm glad you enjoy the docks. The docks are really cool. I really like this boat. This boat, I mean, you might be able to tell because it kind of doesn't. The boat doesn't look very good, but it is. This is the first time I've ever tried building a boat without any kind of like tutorial or anything. I just kind of winged building the boat. And then now we can head to Moog City. You get a cool look at the city from here, and then there's the sign, the Moog City sign. It's inspired by the Las Vegas sign. That's what he told me it is. It's inspired by it. And this is Moog City. I think it looks really cool. Most of these buildings I don't believe have anything very interesting in them. See, most of them are like this, but I think it's more of the grandeur of the whole thing more than anything. I can kind of show you a good look of the world. There's another good view of the entire world from up here, up at the top of this tower. And this is where another dance hall is, right up here at the top of this tower. Moog City, this was all built by one person. It was built by a good friend of mine. You can kind of see. It is a ginormous city. He is far from finishing, but it is really, really cool. And the only way to get off the tower is by jumping. At least for right now, until he builds something else for it. I can show you the insides of some of the buildings, the more interesting buildings at least. Here's a little McDonald's. And let me go to sleep real quick because Mood City can get dangerous at nighttime. Not over here, but over on the other side of Mood City, it can get kind of dangerous at nighttime. You really think? Honestly, it's one of the best. I think it's a close competition between that view and then the view from the Wizard Tower, in my personal opinion. But there's also a brand new view that I haven't seen much of yet, and that's the view from the Sky Island, wherever it is. It's somewhere over that way. I think the hill, the mountain's blocking it right now. This is Moog Labs. This is what my friend's working on right now. And maybe if you stick around, we might be able to. He might join a Discord call with me, and you can hear him as well. Fish studies, and a guardian is in here. I don't ask me how he captured it, but apparently he did. That's one good thing about the rail system is it makes transporting mobs very, very easy. There's the explosives chamber. There. Gas research lab. If you probably already know, but the Happy Gas are coming out soon, and we built a hangar for them in here. We have been preparing a lot for this Happy Gas update. Here is colorology. I believe he's researching colors in here. And here is just a random storage closet, but don't go too far in here because you'll end up in the back rooms. And you can't I get lost back here. And we probably should get out of here pretty soon because eventually, oh here, let me second the music stop. There it goes. Get her back on again. And pretty soon we should probably be making our way over to Willie's Ranch so I can go restock on some food. And good thing that's coming up pretty soon. I can show you some of there's a little port town over here. These ones got more detailed interiors than the regular one does. It's a little copper building. There's his little port. You like the back rooms? That's nice. That's really good. I think that was a nice touch. I really do think that was a nice touch. I really do enjoy them as well. And we can go to the little research lab. This one really doesn't need. There really hasn't been much built over here. This was a project started by one of my friends. Well, originally it was a base built by a friend, and then it was kind of, and then they left the server and didn't play anymore. Under no management, and we can't really go in there right now. Yeah, but there's nothing in there really. It's just an empty room until he does something with it, which hopefully will be pretty soon. There's a little broken down bridge over there. And then here is where one of my friend is building. This is what I was talking about, that vampire village from earlier. This is where it is. You can see over there, there's the start of it. This is the start of the castle. Let's see, maybe I'll have some food. Steal. No, I don't think he does. Oh, there we go. 1 slices. Head over there. He's actually made some pretty good progress on it. On the castle, and there's a good view of the floating island. You can see that in a second. Back in here, I think over here is how you get down. I haven't been over here very much. Here's his little base that he's got going on right now. Yeah, the Vampire Village, unfortunately, it's very early in development right now, because originally it wasn't supposed to be a Vampire Village. He changed his mind pretty recently. Yeah, he changed his mind pretty recently, but so unfortunately, not a lot's finished, but except that castle, and the castle's not even finished. The castle's gonna be like way big. It's gonna almost be at eye level with the floating island. So maybe pretty soon, maybe in hopefully a month or two, maybe he'll be pretty close to getting this finished. A little prototype house that he made. Here is Itron. Remember, this is where we used to get all our iron back in the Bedrock days, but now it doesn't work anymore. And honestly, Itron's taking up a new purpose now. It's where we keep all of our armors, not our armors, all of our weaponsmith and toolsmiths. Let's see, they're all milling around. There's the little place where they smelt the iron. This was supposed to be the place where they would like mine the iron. They put Itron. That's fine. There's the schedule bell. This is where the iron farm used to be a long time ago. No, is there a village right there? I thought it was. Looked like it for a second. Here's where all the villagers sleep. Where all the villagers sleep. Site manager's office. I think the site manager's office is really. And this was one of the older builds, as you can see, 5324. And this is also when the tunnels start getting less decorated. We haven't pushed out really past this very well. As you can see, look, the tunnels really aren't decorated anymore at this point. So you don't get to see the cool designs anymore. And after this, our next stop will be Willie's Ranch. Willie's Ranch. Now, this was a monument, usually, because sometimes we have to tear down other builds to put new builds in their place. And there used to be a place called Home on the Range over here. It was basically like a cobblestone box, and we were kind of done with it. So what we did was I tore it down, and then I built a monument for it. Here is Willie's Ranch. This is where we grow all of our crops. This is where we store all of our animals. You see the bunch of chickens. Used to be pigs in there. There's tons of cows and sheep, and there's all kinds of trees and different crops and such. And here is... Yeah, you can just call me Apples, that's fine. I'm fine with that. You can just call me Apples. I'm okay with that. This is Uncle Willie's multi-million-dollar cabin. One cool thing about this build, all the lights in it work. Every single light you see has a light switch. Here is the kitchen. And a cool idea for this build, as you can probably see, is I challenged myself to only use wood when decorating this. Exclusively wood. No other... I couldn't use any cobblestone or anything, other than, of course, like smokers and furnaces and things like that. But besides that, only decorative blocks. The horse one, you really like the horse one? I do too. I do as well. The horse one is one of my favorites. Here's the little storehouse, the little storage room. It's the pantry. Here's the bathroom here. Bathroom's lights also work. Here is the living room. The living room also has a light switch. Here is the bedroom. Remember, also the lights work in here. And then here's the children's room. You don't really want you don't really want to look in there. The working light switches, I think that was a really nice touch. I do enjoy that. I wanted to do that in more places around. Here's a little statue of a deer. Here is where Uncle Johnson lives. He lives in a little cabin over here. There's some beetroots, carrots, potatoes, wheat, melons, pumpkins. Some flowers, things like that. And now we can go to the land of starting over. Where after a while we kind of got bored playing on the same world, so instead of creating a new one, what we decided to do was we would have a section of the world where we could not go with our current gear. We had to get all new gear over here, and that's what we're doing right now. Here is the land of starting over. The Vanilla Villas Station. And as you can see, this was not a naturally spawned village. This is something my friend made. He decided to recreate all the old village houses before the Village and Pillage update came out. Let's see. This is what I built over here. I built a man cave. This is the farm entrance, as you can see. Everything's been completely renovated down here to have grass and wood and cobblestone ceilings. Here's a little bit of a little base area in here. Then you go up here. Here's the tree. Things like that. I got very inspired by I think is it Exumavoid? I'm pretty sure it might be Exumavoid. Exumavoid's underground man cave kind of thing. And then up here. And then over here is a watchtower in a cave. It's called the Useless Watchtower. And it's kind of useless because it's in a cave, so you can't really see much. You can't really watch much because it's a cave. So that was kind of funny. And from here on out, we're getting close to some of the smaller builds as you go farther out. The bigger builds aren't really here anymore. And see, there's the flying island. That's where we'll go next. this is where our the server mob farm is. It's just like one of the generic like the big box on top with the big tunnel going down, mob spawn up there, you know, they go into the tunnel. But for a long time it was just undecorated, it was kind of ugly. So what I decided to do was I built basically a shell over it. It basically was a shell over it. Take the waterfall up. We'll look at the mob farm first. Yeah, it's really cool. The flying island's really cool. Here is where the mobs will spawn, and they'll drop down here. And the cool thing about this flying island was this is where we're planning on, whenever the Happy Guest update comes out, this is where we're planning on hatching all our guests. Makes sense. It's nice up in the sky. You can see it, and as I was telling you earlier, this is a really good view of a lot of the stuff on this side of the world. There's a really good view of Uncle Willie's ranch. Over there's Itron. You can see a good view of the castle. You can even see you can see the wizard tower still over there, and then way over there you can see the Temple of the Nether. And then over here you can see where the desert village is over there. Pretty cool. I think that's where we'll go next. We'll go to the desert village next. You like the music choice? I really like the music choice. I think the music choice is nice. Because I wanted this to be a stream where everyone could just kind of be nice and chill. You know, where they gotta be paying attention too much. You can just kind of have it on as background noise. Just watch builds go up and things like that. This is one of the longest rails. Yeah, hatch the guests on the flying island. I really do think that's a good idea as well. Hatching the guests on the flying island. I really enjoy that. Here is LS. This is a stable. The mob unsticker because golems will get stuck in minecarts and you can't get them out without killing them. So that's how we get them off. This is the LS strip. This is where we keep all our cartographers. It used to be where we get all our emeralds too, but we've moved over to selling iron instead of glass panes. And here is LS. There's the towers, the second, the third, and the first tower. And this whole idea is over here. I do think the music's a good choice. I think the music's a good touch. I really think the music's a good touch, a great touch. Very, very good music. I really enjoy the music. The Governmental Office of Worker Supplies. Now, this whole area is supposed to be like evil, so it's like a bunch of government offices and things like that. Like all these, there's supposed to be like a tyrannical government controlling all these places. So the government issue rations, where they get their rations. Anti-state re-education. It's just a prison. See where they put all the prisoners. And over here, and you can see it's not finished yet. This is where we quarry all our sand out. If we need sand, we go over here and we quarry out there. Over here, I want to build think like Bowser's Castle meet like the Great Pyramids of Giza kind of feel. I want like Bowser's castles, like if Bowser built pyramids, that's what I want it to look like over here. And basically that's the tour. There's not really much else to see. The Sand City, it's called LS. I think it's supposed to stand for Little Sahara, maybe? La Sierra or Little Sahara, something like that. I don't remember. We built LS so long ago we don't even remember what it was called. We just know it's called LS. That's what we shortened it down to. The main city, if you get confused, the main city is LS. This is the LS strip. Right here. Just this part is the strip. That's the actual city. And that's the tour. If there's any other questions you might have, questions about anything else you might have about the world, thank you very much. I really enjoyed it. I really appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoyed the tour. But I think for right now, I think that is where this stream will end. I think that's where this stream will end. I'm sorry, but yes. What are we going to be working on in the next stream? We're going to be trying to build, we're going to be finishing up every scene. You remember when you very first joined, you saw that like farm and like that windmill that hadn't been built yet? That's what we're doing in the next stream. Yeah, we're gonna be working on finishing up that farm. And hopefully that'll be sometime tomorrow, probably around 3. Gotcha. Here, wait, I have another question for you. Hear about this. Here, wait, let me open up my thing. I just made this morning. Do you like the little starting soon screen? Oh, wait, is it playing? Can you see it? Here goes. Can you see the starting soon screen? You like it? Very, very excited. That's great. That's great to hear. You as well. You as well. I will be on probably about 3 tomorrow. About 3. Have a wonderful rest of your day.